using a derma roller to try and thicken up my patchy facial hair. If you're brand new here and you've ever wondered if these beard roller thingies actually work, you've come to the right place, because 3 months ago, I wondered exactly the same thing. And from there, out of my sheer curiosity, I'm
wondering it right now.
Science behind these, and based on my findings, I was actually very intrigued and decided to test it out over like a 6-month period just to see what happens. So you are joining halfway through the party, and if you want to go back and get the full scoop on, you know, everything I found out about these things, episode 1 will be linked in the description box for you.
Those
and
actually,
also,
I'm seeing a lot of people
before I
saying they
forget, I'd love you
work.
to smash that love
This just
button
seems like a
if you what
scam.
you see for the Altube as diligent as possible with using this thing. The commitment I made initially was to perform 2 derma roller sessions per week on my facial hair, and what actually ended up happening was Wednesdays and Sundays seemed to be the days that work best, and sometimes Thursdays as well.
Thank you for the 10 gift subs.
Real, a lot of the time I just forgot.
Real
it's a
winner.
new thing that you've got to add
Thank
into
you for
your
that, man.
routine, and personally, I don't love fussing around in the bathroom for any longer than I have to. Like, I'm no.
I just want to see it. What does it do?
I'm really to introduce today's sponsor.
Holy shit! What does it do?
So technically, anyway, working goal.
Okay, it doesn't actually use it.
The derma roller. My thoughts, questions, and to reach out to the community. Coming up next. Ability to grow a full beard. Before he mentioned it. Now for many years, basically underneath that is the dermis. That's where we have the blood circulation, the blood flowing, feeding, and creates that elasticity. When we're using this and we're getting in there and we're poking those little injury sites, it's basically activating, you know, blood supply to move to the area, the collagen to move in, and the elastin to move in, which creates, you know, a better environment to regrow hair, fix skin that may be loose or you might be wrinkly, and it's just an overall healthy way to, you know, work into those areas.
It's been a while since I took anatomy and physiology 2 in college, but I don't think that's how that would work at all. Not even close. What would actually work is if you have clogged pores, like if you have like really like a oily skin would be the wrong word, but like maybe really dry skin. If you like clear that out, it might help promote more hair growth, but shy of that, I don't think this would. You can't just really move things around and have hair growth be stimulated like that. At least not in any meaningful way, I don't think.
It may not have the best things going right now. The derma roller does come in different needle sizes from what I've seen.
Try it. I mean, if it's $10, I'll try it, sure.
About 3mm, actually called titanium needles that are built into this device. Now with use of this product, there are several key instructions you want to keep in mind. Now the first thing you want to make sure is that you're sterilizing these needles. In order to prevent infection, you want to make sure you have an alcohol solution. You put this in it, you know, for about 5 minutes or so, and make sure that these are just sterilized and cleaned before and after your use. You gotta picture this almost as like you're using a toothbrush or something of that nature. You don't want to be sharing the 5 to 10 roll.
Does anyone actually? Oh, here we go. Thank you.
And now we'll go diagonal. As far as how much to use the derma roller, what I'm seeing is as a beginner, you want to probably just use this once a week.
I gotta tell you, I don't think that's gonna do it for you. I mean, I guess I can try it, but this just seems like more of that pseudoscience that sounds like it could work, but usually doesn't. The people that say it does is placebo. I could be wrong though. Like, obviously I haven't looked into it. This is the first time I've heard of it, but this doesn't seem to really fit with what I learned in college. Here, let's see what Google says. Exit tier 1 Arthur. The resub Grease and Girthy. If you just could grow your beard as a placebo, come on. What? Bro, what are you talking about? As you can see, like, even in these videos of patchy beards, the beard's pretty much the same. Like, this update, the one we just watched, the one before that was pretty much the same. So it seems like convincing yourself that it's not as patchy. What are you talking about? Let's see. I don't really trust a ton from Healthline, but let's just see what they've concluded. I remember minoxidil. Well, this wasn't exactly a very scientific look at it here. Where have they been shown? There was nothing published here. It has been shown to effectively promote hair growth on the scalp. Source? Scroll up to paragraph 2 where I said it. Is there any research on this at all? Yeah, I saw there hasn't been much clinical research, but it also said it's been effective at scalp growth, but they didn't cite any of it. Or maybe they did at the bottom. Here, let me check the bottom. Do they cite any sources? Nope. This gives microneedling, which is another Healthline article. Cool. Here's the 2016 study on minoxidil. The 2017 study on, what is this, microneedling for hair loss? For alopecia. Sounds like they use this in addition to other things, instead of just micro needling. Like Jada Smith? Yeah, like Jada Smith, I guess. He's the prime cup in the resub Serdan and squared. Minoxidil works in growing a beard. Yeah, I don't know too much about minoxidil. I just remember when that was really touted. I mean, it might. Couldn't tell you. I mean, I guess beard rolling could too, but just from general understanding, or at least former understanding of shit, it really doesn't have any basis to work. Let's see some results. How about some before and afters? Let's go back to YouTube. All right. Cool thumbnail. I guess we can try this one.
Hey guys, how's it going? So, it has been 6 months
This is Brian Baker.
I started using the derm roller on his face in order to grow a beard. So, that was the initial plan, was to use it for that 6 months, and if he felt like there was enough results, he would continue. But here we are, it's 6 months, and what do you think?
Before we started filming this video, we were looking at the pictures that I've taken over the months, and we were like really looking in. We're like,
what's on the docket today?
Is there any difference?
How to get a beard,
like,
I guess.
looking at our phones, like putting our eyeballs up to it, and then it hit
I don't know,
us,
it's kind of
like,
interesting.
If we're looking this hard,
Really feels like a scam.
it's probably not really working that well. And the one thing that we did say is that if it was working at all, it was more thickening hairs that were already there, rather than filling in patchy places, you know, places where there weren't any hairs visible in the first place. So for that reason, honestly, I'm not going to continue derma rolling on my face, because I just don't think it's going to fill in the areas that I don't have hairs. It might thicken the places that I do have hairs, but I just don't think that matters, because I'm not going to grow out a beard if it's patchy, even if it's thicker in some areas, even more so than it is now.
probably the smart call. How about this guy?
Hey, what's up guys, my name
So
is
it didn't
Christian
work
Wilson,
there.
and if you're new here to my channel, welcome. And if you're already subscribed, welcome back. Guys, and that, it just gave them this extra credibility that they just... I really tried to document this as well as I could. So this first picture here is before I started using the product, and this is 2 weeks of growth after a clean shave. And this picture here is after 2 months of using the products, and also 2 weeks of growth after a clean shave. So it's clear to see that there is a noticeable difference. At least the hairs have grown longer. But
It didn't fill any of the patchiness. So all the hairs are in the exact same place, just a little thicker maybe? I don't know. It's called getting older. I mean, I don't think he aged much in 2 months. Oh, thank you for the 20 gift subs, Unimos. Thank you for that, man. Appreciate the fat drop. Thank you for the generosity. Thank you, Unimos. And the tier 1 Thug, tier 1 Rude, and the Prime Alex, and the resub Foodini. And Sons, and Mediocre, and the gift sub Mars, and the Prime Baker, and Cacvis, and the resub Sir Dan. He just had more time to grow it out? Yeah, probably. I mean, it clearly didn't fill in any of the places where hair currently wasn't. It doesn't really seem to have done much of anything. This really just does seem like more time growing than anything. But I guess it's possible it made it thicker. I don't know.
grown longer. But I also noticed, pretty much after 1 month, I noticed small white hairs. New small white hairs, which is what a lot of people have reported seeing after about a month. And then I noticed that some of my old beard hairs, which were white vellus hairs, they had become terminal, which means, dark and more thick and strong.
Can you test it for us? I mean, I guess I could. I don't really want to be poking my face with needles, though, if it's actually going to make it bleed. Sounds really uncomfortable. You already have a beard, though? Yeah, my beard's patchy, though. You can see if it fills in a patch, which I don't think it would. It'll probably just make it worse, and then I'm going to look really fucking stupid. You'll get scars. I mean, I guess it depends on the size. I don't know shit about microneedling, but I could see that being a possibility. Went on a walk today and shit my pants. Attaboy, brother. That's how we do it. Good work. Fun walk. Way to get out there into the great outdoors. Thanks, resub Schlong. Well, that was wholesome. Thank you for that, Denialed. Thanks to the resub Blue. Minoxidil plus finasteride is the only proven thing that works. Couldn't tell you. This seems more like a scam than anything to me, though, but I haven't done thorough research on it. Probably won't either. So if you're a big beard rolling enthusiast, I'm not here to change your mind. Go for it. I have no stake in it. Finasteride does not help facial hair. I don't know what the fuck finasteride is. Thanks to resub Slater. I remember minoxidil. Thanks to resub Lane. And the Prime Zam. Have you heard of vabbing? Vabbing, I think, is just a manufactured issue. Well, issue is the wrong word. I think it's just made up. Vabbing is that shit on TikTok where some lady made a video saying that if you put your finger in your vagina and then put it on yourself as like a perfume, it'll help you with finding like a mate. So then people started making videos talking about vabbing, but I'm pretty sure it was all just manufactured to be viral. I don't think anyone ever actually did it. I don't think it was ever actually a thing. It was just made to be like shocking. Thanks the resub. Next gen. Try the beard hack, bro. Yeah, I'll give it a try. When we finish New War, I'm gonna finish it tonight. I'll get to it in just a little bit. Thanks to the resub Lithui and Farah. Hot take, but beards aren't necessary to look masculine. Well, it's not necessary, but it certainly does help. Like, if you have a weak jawline like me, the beard helps. It's like makeup for dudes. Feels good. These are the primes, Samuel. All beard growth products are scams. Taking care of a beard and keeping the skin healthy will grow a beard. Yeah, pretty much everything that preys on, like, insecurity is a scam. I think there's very few things that'll actually work. These are some Tyler, Timbo, and the Bits Pickle. 10-day Apple time-lapse? What? Why? What if you left an apple in water for 200? What the fuck am I looking for, man? 5-day apple diet? Shit, I actually kind of remember that. In high school, when I was still overweight, I remember reading something about how if you eat apples, only apples for like a week, you'll lose a ton of weight. I could only make it like 2 days. It was so miserable. Didn't lose any weight either. Just felt like shit. Things resub waffle. I guess, Chief. Search about mewing. Oh, I remember mewing. Mewing was, oh man, people still swear by this, I think. Mewing was where it's like you need to do these mouth exercises and you'll get a chiseled jawline. Go from like no jawline mouth breather to Giga Chad jawline by mewing. There were whole subreddit communities dedicated to it. Swearing by it. No shot. No, man, this was big. Mewing was very popular. I mean, just like, look at the video views here. So many of these are well over 1 million. 3 million on this one, mewing for beginners. I knew someone who used to do it 2 hours a day. How'd their jaw look? Thanks you, tier 1 Julie. I don't remember exactly Red Skull, but it was a lot more than it should have been for my height. So does it work or not? No. Not really. There's not too much you can do for like a jawline. Yeah, it's muscle, but you can't exactly make it thicker muscle or anything. Doesn't really do it. Other than surgery. Well, yeah, you can do anything with surgery. You can do hair transplants. If you want thicker hair, you can do anything for surgery. The only thing you can really do to bring out your jawline or your cheeks is lose weight. Like overall, put on muscle. You can't really target it. Jawzrsize. Yeah, I remember Jawzrsize. This was before Jawzrsize. How do you spell it again? Oh, with a Z. What's this? Jaws. How do people not know jazzercise? Is this
designed to
like BDSM
supposedly
under the guise of
be
making a strong
high-
jawline?
What's up, guys? So it's been about 2 weeks chewing my jazzercise for at least 5 minutes every day, and I gotta be honest,
Look how strong his
I
jaws
don't think
become
I've
thanks
seen
to
much
jazzercise.
development. I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that.
So simply just chew gum? The belief is if you train the muscles kind of like the rest of your body, like you can grow big biceps, you can grow a big chest, why not grow big jaw? But it doesn't really work. That's not how the muscles in the face work there. He's the bits Wuto, an awesome guy. Oh, I know Midjourney. You made me think of jazzercise. I used to do that in the 80s. Jazzercise is iconic. He's a resub Grease. What other scams existed back in the day like this? I can't remember too many others. Mewing. Fuck, what else was there? Jelking. Anyone remember jelking? Fushigi. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? What? That's not what I'm talking about at all. Fushigi, that's contact juggling. Just get better at contact juggling. Fat rollers. I remember fat rollers, yeah. That was for MLMs, though, for pyramid schemes. I'm talking about, like, internet ones. Jelking was a big one. The ab machines? Oh, there was a lot of the ab machines. And you remember six-pack shortcuts? I actually think they got banned off YouTube for such awful information. Yeah, it looks like it. Or they got bought. I don't really know. But yeah, six-pack shortcuts actually had the worst information for exercise of all time. Thanks to the resub, Dark, and the Prime Small Fry. Balance bracelets. Yep, that was another big one. Oh yeah, you're right, third video. The sad, sad story of Mike Chang and six-pack shortcuts. The shake weight. Shake weight was another big one. Everyone remembers that one. Jelking was for a bigger penis. I actually think it started as a 4chan joke, but a lot of people believed it. They gave like a technique where you're supposed to make like a hook with your finger and like stretch out your wiener when masturbating, and it'll eventually over time make it bigger. I don't remember the exact technique, but it was something like that. But does it work though? No, man. I think one thing that a lot of people just need to accept is there's very little you can like naturally change about how you look. You can't change your height without surgery. You can't change your face or anything without surgery. Like there's just not a ton you can really do naturally. Nor is there any like products you can order off a magazine that'll really do it either. Thanks, Resub Evan. Fucking Zumba. Zumba's not a scam. This is cardio. Like, oh. Zumba's the exercise dancing, right? Yeah. This is just cardio. I mean, it's not really like a scam. Thanks, Resub Silverleaf. Is Gouchois a scam? I cannot believe someone just brought up Gouchois. How do you spell it again? Is this how you spell it? No, there's no bleeding here. This must be like some kind of rebranded Gouchois. This is kind of it.
Okay. Gonna do a little neck and just kind of.
But yes, it's pseudoscience. It's pseudoscience.
That's crazy.
So right in here, Jeremy had a pulled muscle, a rib out, and we're basically anywhere you see the red petechial reaction is where he had scar tissue or connective tissue that was basically compressing the blood flow in some of the nerve endings. So
right.
We're just going to release the connective tissue and get his normal function back in his muscles and his nerves.
Yep. All we have to do is just scratch the shit out of it, like a little cat's scratch post.
Not the most comfortable, is it, Jeremy?
Yeah, that sucks. Wow.
He's just saying words. Yeah, welcome to pseudoscience. The idea... Oh, wow. She got fucked up. The idea with Gouchois, as I remember it, is they scratch the surface of your skin and then say, look at how red it gets. This is all the toxins leaving your blood, or like muscle aches leaving. You can see how red it is here. Now it's going to start to heal as the blood rushes to fix it and get rid of scar tissue. It's a bunch of bullshit. I haven't thought about Gouchois in so fucking long. Or however you say it. I'm pretty sure it's Gouchois.
Hey there, I'm Ty Clark. I'm a licensed massage therapist.
Oh,
now, if you or someone that you massage has neck pain, especially chronic neck pain, you need to watch this video. I'm going to show you how to do a guasa massage for the neck.
Oh, guasa.
And I'll show you the reason why
I prefer
this will
Gouchois.
transform your results. My client said at the end of this massage, I haven't been able to move my neck like this.
Oof. Thanks to resub Frung. Lady Scorpion in the Prime Falavia. That's a good point, Mac, yeah. Is there any medicine involved or just scraping? Just scraping. Cupping? I vaguely remember cupping. I don't know too much about it, so I can't fully opine. But based off like the very limited shit I know about it, it screams pseudoscience to me. But I don't know a ton about it to pass judgment fully. It's kind of the same general thought process as Gouchois. Athletes use cupping. I know. I've seen it. Thanks the bitch bionic. You see Ethan Ralph was slandering you today? I saw like one clip where he was talking about fighting. I don't know why he chose me. Kai's the one that called him out to a fight. I don't know why he's targeting me. I even expressly said I wouldn't fight anyone that's over the age of 12. And that guy's like in his 40s. Thanks the Prime Sigbam. Thanks the Prime Crim. Wait, who? It's this guy named Ethan Ralph. He's like a legitimate racist. He's the guy that Keemstar tried to get to fight Boogie, but Ethan Ralph kept declining because he wasn't allowed to say the N-word. So because he couldn't say the N-word, he declined a $100,000 offer to fight Boogie in Keemstar's boxing match. So on the podcast, we were joking about him because he's just a degenerate who gets his ass beat all the time on camera. So he like went to Portugal twice just to get beat up. So we were joking about him, and I guess he didn't like that. So for some reason he started targeting me, even though I had never heard of him until Kaya brought him up. He was like, I could probably choke slam this little guy. I was like, what the fuck, man? I was just laughing at you. Kaya's the one that wants to fight you. Fight Kaya. Why are you targeting me? Can we see his fights? No. Maybe one of them. One of them he gets beat up by a pedophile. Like, he showed up to a pedophile's house only to get his ass beat. Thanks to the tier 1 bird in the resub, kiwi bird, peanut butter in the prime, grunt, and cade. The resub bagel in the prime, Faishi in the bits, animus, or aim. In the resub Monado. You remember the guy who got one of those stuck on his nipple? What, a cup? One of the cupping therapy things? As you give sub Speedy. What would you do if someone actually tried to fight you on the street? I'd either run, or if running wasn't an option, I'd immediately start going for his nuts or his butthole. Or his eyes. Anything that's like just actually weak. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to fight. I get my ass beat by pretty much anyone that's over the age of 12. I'm way too afraid of getting hit. Thanks to resub Shoopster, Orpheus, and Brian. And the gift sub Speedy. And the resub Good Boy. And the resub Zero Impulse. And the prime of VCs. What about that candle you put in your ear to get the wax out? What's that? Do ear candles remove ear wax? What the fuck is this?
Does ear candling remove earwax, especially by your local ENT, including flushing and fill? At the conclusion of the ear candling, supposed earwax can almost always be found within the candle. The main question is whether ear candling actually does what it claims to do. So
Why?
Here we have set up an experiment whereby an ear candle has been inserted into an empty glass cup. After lighting the candle, observe what happens inside the glass cup. After a minute or two, smoke can be seen coming out of the candle and down into the cup itself. Here's what it looks like from the inside. This smoke is actually candle wax debris and soot. Rather than
Why would you want that in your
it seems
ear?
to be adding debris into the ear canal instead. Occasionally, some of this candle wax debris can be quite hot, resulting in burns to
What
the
the
ear canal
fuck is
and
this?
eardrum, resulting in eardrum perforation and pain.
What?
The debris itself can cause hearing loss by literally creating a wax covering over the eardrum. At the conclusion of the ear candling of an empty glass cup, the candle is opened up and voila, earwax is found. Only it really isn't earwax, but rather larger debris of the candle itself that has fallen down from the burning flame.
Oh wow. What a crazy scam. I got years of earwax removed holistically. The follow-up is, I can no longer hear out of my left ear.
When I do ear candling, you start feeling a sound of sizzling.
I need to have it.
For how it's people run.
Yes.
This is
candle.
outrageously stupid. Holy fuck.
The procedure is everyone can't wait to see what comes out of their ears. From what I looked into, it's not really anything that's coming out of a person's ear because it doesn't point.
Candle, then I'm a real member.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. That's pretty wild. Holy shit.